I want to talk to you today about the falling system. What do I mean by this system? The system is the orderly arrangement that is around us, that they govern us by. I want to specifically refer to or talk about travel, uh, talking about the crossing of the border between Canada and the US or um, things like that. First of all, what I would like to do is, just in case you did not know, you recognize this. It's a Canadian passport. It's my own. It's up to date. I want to read to you what it says right on the inside cover, right on the very inside cover. It says, "The Minister of Foreign Affairs of Canada requests, in the name of Her Majesty the Queen, all those whom it may concern to allow the bearer to pass freely, without delay or hindrance, and to afford the bearer such assistance and protection as may be necessary." Well, I'm the bearer of this passport, and right now that is not happening. Right now, I cannot freely travel with this passport as it says that I will be able to. And that is because of what we're faced with at the border. So in the last months, I've been traveling sometimes without any hindrance, sometimes exactly like it says here in the passport, and sometimes not. Sometimes I was denied. They said, no, you cannot pass. And what was the reason? It wasn't that I had a bad record. It wasn't that there was something wrong with the passport. But what it was is they asked me about a medical procedure, if that was done to my body. Well, that's a very, very serious question. That's a question that they should never, ever ask, because my medical information is very private. It's my own. They have absolutely no right constitutionally or any other way. They have no right to ask me if I had a medical procedure done on my body. But as you know, they ask that. Not only that, if you say yes or no, they would ask you for proof. Can you show it to me that you had it done? Well, like I said, that is constitutionally very, very wrong. And they know it. They know it. That's why the border guards are so confused. So it's hit and miss. We've had it, my friends and I, we have had it any which way. We come there trying to get into the US, like I said, with a valid passport or a Nexus card, whatever we have right there. And they are so confused about it. One will tell you, ask you about the medical procedure, and if you say no, he said, well, I have to enforce the law. Well, excuse me, officer, it's not the law. It's a mandate that somebody has put in place. Unelected officials have put that in place and demand of the government to enforce it. Another border guard will tell you, that is what is required. This medical procedure is required. I just want you to know, but I definitely will not enforce it. That's the correct way. That's what they should do. They should just say, this is what's required. There is a mandate out that the unelected officials have put in place. It's required. The president is requiring it, but I am not enforcing it because by law they can't. And then someone else will tell you, well, I don't like it, but I'll let you go this time. All over the map, all over the map. So my friends and others, people that I know, constantly crossing the border, like I said, it's hit and miss. If it was the law, obviously, then we would all have to go by that, right? They would require it of everybody, but they know they can't require it. And that's why it's such a confusion there. Recently, someone got an email and they said they notified this person that his Nexus card was revoked, was terminated. What was the reason? The reason was because this person had approached the border without having this medical procedure done to his body. Can you imagine? Can you imagine they revoke a travel document because this person did not have the medical procedure done to their body, or maybe did not disclose, that were not willing to disclose this private information? Unbelievable. We ask ourselves, where is it going from here? So maybe 2 years ago, maybe you would have said, well, whether they lock the churches or not, whether they put the pastors in prison, whether they fine the pastors, I'm not a churchgoer, so it doesn't affect me. Well, now it's a little closer. Whether you go to church or not, Now the freedom of traveling is taken away from you. Your privacy is invaded. Um, we are dealing with a falling system as we speak. As we speak. What will it take for us to wake up and to recognize what is happening to our God given freedom? I had an opportunity to speak to border officials on both sides of the border very recently. And I asked them, I said, so what is happening to us right now? And the border officials told me, they said, you know what? I am so against this coercion into having this medical procedure done, but I have no choice because I cannot feed my family. They won't let me have a job, like I said, on both sides of the border. I feel so sorry. I told him, I feel very, very sorry for you. I said, it is so wrong, so wrong. And we must raise awareness to it. This is a very important document, very valuable document, travel document, the Canadian passport. You no longer can travel with it. You need additional things that unelected officials have put in place. Please be aware that we are right now in a falling system. They are doing this totally against what the Constitution will allow them, totally against that. May God help us that we would rise up. May God help us that more and more people could awaken through all of this and recognize that our freedoms are slipping by the day and fast. Soon, you won't have control over your children. It's rapidly approaching. It's not a conspiracy theory. It is reality. Soon they will be after your children, your grandchildren, and they will forcefully and wanting to enroll them in a system where they can control where they are, what they eat, what they consume, where they work, and on and on and on and on. God has given us freedom. This is being taken away from us. God help us that we would wake up. God help us that we would stand. God bless you.